Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Lex, and today we're going to be talking about The Idol. But before we get into the review, make sure you guys hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys smash that sub button so we can get some of those subs going up. But let's get back to the review. All right, The Idol stars Lily Rose Depp and The Weeknd. Yes, that is right. Lily Rose Depp is making her appearance in the show, and The Weeknd is making his, I would say, what is this, his second? I don't know. I saw him in Uncut Gems, so I don't know if he's been acting that much, but this is where he's kind of putting into himself an actual character here. He's going to be doing his acting chops here. At first, I wasn't really interested in watching the show, but my girlfriend kept saying, watch the first episode, it's pretty good. So I said, you know what, let's just give it a try. Let's jump into this. Let's see what's actually going on. And I gotta say, whoa, it's actually not that bad. I'm really interested in the characters and the whole dynamic that is going on here. Lily is a pop star or is a music star, and she's kind of going through a really hard time, losing her parents, losing her mom, isn't knowing how to deal with real life emotional issues, is someone who is just kind of really broken and is in this environment where a lot of people are kind of, taking advantage of her. And you could see that very clearly from the start. From the beginning, you really get to see the management and how everything is kind of surrounded from her and kind of the chaos that is being ensued in the first couple scenes, and kind of showing you where the show is going to go, kind of showing you what they're kind of directing here and who she is. The first episode really establishes like exactly kind of how kind of broken she is, and kind of how everybody is just kind of seeing, hey, how can we use this person, even though they're kind of looking like as they really are trying to help her and saying, hey, motivating her in this ways. There is still levels of like, hey, we got to get this machine going, because without this machine, we're gonna lose ourselves. And that's the unfortunate way that a lot of these situations go in the industry, from what I understand. And I don't know if this is what the direction that they want to go with this show, is that they kind of want to show the predatory and the kind of really bad environments that a lot of pop stars go through. Like, it's really sad to even think that somebody could even go through these situations, and have all these people that they think that they trust, but in reality, they're just kind of using her, that she's being used and being taken advantage of and being manipulated. Unfortunately, because she is kind of this distraught girl who is, broken, not really know how to handle things, she's easily kind of fall into these roles. Maybe that has to do with the factor that she lost both of her parents, or she lost a parent. I haven't heard anything about the father, or maybe I missed that, but they are kind of like saying like she is maybe going through this because she is kind of lonely, she's broken, she needs somebody to look up to. She even calls her management her parents, or they call themselves her new parents. They've assigned themselves those roles. I think in the show they kind of say that the mom wanted them to be kind of taking care of her while she passed away. I think under the circumstances, they're doing their best, but it kind of also has selfish intentions in it. And Lily is not helping either by putting herself in these situations, And I think this show, it has a lot of potential if they keep exploring these areas, even though it is a lot to kind of digest. It is a lot if you're not used to it. That's why there is trigger warnings in the beginning of the show. It is a lot to digest, but if you're able to kind of understand the concepts that are being brought to the table here and kind of sympathize with this, you may not agree with everything that she does or any of the characters do. You can really get to see kind of like a little bit of like context around what's going on here, because it really can get deep, and it really could get really horrific at times, And you could say, well, she's going on and about herself and doing this and doing that, when in reality, it's just a person, a human being, not knowing how to deal with her own emotions and feelings, and kind of doing the best she can. There's really good scenes and good quality scenes in this moment, and almost very like suspenseful. A lot of the show has a lot of horror, kind of, I wouldn't say horror, but like horror / suspense throughout the entire show. There's only 2 episodes that I've seen. It's actually pretty good. They were going through a photo shoot. So after the photo shoot, they end up going to a club where she meets the character The Weeknd is playing, Tedros. And Tedros ends up kind of seeing her from far away. But they kind of insinuate that he's kind of having an eye on her from the get-go. He kind of sets up in a position where he gets to dance with her and kind of pulls her aside and has a one-to-one moment with her, where he kind of starts to get into it. You really get to see that this guy is up to no good. This guy is here to like make trouble, and you could see that from the moment they both meet each other, because they just start going and going. Like it's almost like two creatures like just bonding with each other. One person is like has her by the grips like instantly, for whatever the reason that is. It may be because Lily's character is kind of like this person who's, trying to find connection with anything or anybody. So you get to see where this is kind of going here. It's a lot of great scenes. The weekend is surprisingly pretty good in this show. I did not expect that. I don't know. This is a new venture for him, but a lot of people do this. A lot of people tend to kind of go out from their own, whether it's music career, whether it's acting, whether it's whatever it is, they end up kind of, jumping into each different type of media, especially when you're an artist. I definitely get that. Like you get to end up seeing in a lot of intimate scenes. Eventually the weekend gets to go into her house. He ends up kind of convincing her, hey, let me go into your house, let's do this. And a bunch of debauchery ensues here, and just like, but in those key moments where they're kind of getting intimate, they're getting kind of like sexual with each other, she kind of pushes him away, because she brings him to the studio, and they're both in the studio, and she shows him the song, like, hey, what do you think about this song? And she almost has this level of self-awareness of who he is. She calls him a asshole, and it's like, you're just an asshole enough to tell me the truth. So she has a level of awareness of what actually is going on, and she kind of shows that throughout the entire series here, at least in the first two episodes, that she kind of understands what she's putting herself into, but is still kind of doing that. So they're both in the studio, even though he's trying to get into her or whatever, trying to get sexual with her. You can tell she's still focused on her music. She still is passionate about it. I think that that's a really key thing to pay attention here is throughout the show. It's going to be that no matter all the shit she goes through, no matter all the stuff that she ends up putting herself into, you can really tell that she's still passionate about what she does. There's even a scene in the second episode where she does not give up about her, trying to get her performance right, trying to get her choreography doing the right thing, trying to get it picture perfect to where she wants it. And it's almost how obsessed she is with perfecting this. She's obsessed with her passion. You can really tell she cares about this. But unfortunately, you can care about something, but still kind of are lacking in other areas about life. And this is where this show is gonna either sink or swim, because it depends on where they go. It depends on how they maneuver this show a lot. There's even in the moment in the couple first moments in the show or minutes in the show in the first episode where they mention Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate was unfortunately killed by the Manson family, right? I wonder if that's kind of foreshadowing what might happen here. Is that a star gets invaded by these people, and they kind of end up killing her, causing her a way to like have a, like almost try to like kill her from the inside, where as kind of Sharon Tate that also have happened to her. Like she was a big star, and this kind of like cult leader tells these people to go and kill her, and it's just like this unfortunate thing where Tedros is kind of also playing that role where in the second episode you get to see that they're all kind of living inside of the club he has, and they're all like these up and coming artists that have talent and stuff. But Tedros, it looks like, at least from what I could tell, that he has minimized them to such a point where they look so small, and they kind of want him, or they want his like acceptance, where even a lady comes up to her and is like, hey, she has better sex than me or whatever, and he kind of lies to her and says, nah, no one's better than you. Like, yeah, right. You get to see how like submissive they are to him, even kind of Lily being submissive to the Weeknd as well. And I'm kind of interested where they go here. It's a lot of suspenseful moments. It's a lot of sexual moments, a lot of debauchery, a lot of, chaos and something. But I think they could have something here. Let's see what later down the road they end up doing with the show. I'm excited to see what episode 3 has to come here. Hopefully they do something good. I know there's been a lot of like comments about the show, a lot of comments about what's been going on with the writing and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I'm only speaking about what I've seen. I'm not letting the other outside stuff influence me, because what I saw, I really enjoyed. I really liked it. I think they have something going here. I think The Weeknd is doing a great job. I think a lot of the scenes you kind of need to establish that there's an actor version of him, there's the musician version of him, and there's the actual version of him. A lot of people need to understand you got to differentiate from all of those kind of characters he plays. And I think a lot of people are having trouble maybe doing that from a lot of the criticisms I've seen from the show. But overall, I think it's gonna be a good show. It's pretty good. The first two episodes were pretty good. You know, Lily Rose is doing an amazing job in acting her ass off. I haven't seen her on any other thing, so this is the first time I'm actually gonna see her on a screen. So she's doing an amazing job, and I think she is Johnny Depp's daughter. So whoa. You can obviously see that. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below about the show. Have you seen it? What do you think about it? And just let me know, man. I really want to get to hear other people's opinion about it. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.